If you are currently a renter and are on the path to buying your first home someday, this video is for you. What's going on, everybody? I'm Avi Becker here in Santa Barbara, and I wanted to make a video touching on 5 ways to be a first-time home buyer like a pro. Watch this video. I think you're going to get a lot of value out of it. So my very first tip out of 5 is early on in your home buying process, you should be assembling a team, a local support staff team that's going to help you through this deal. That means finding a great local agent to represent you on the transaction. That means teaming up with a lender who's going to run all your numbers, find you the best rate, and make sure you're paying a lower average rate. Locking that in for 30 years and making sure that you're all set financially. And then even a third is if you're going to be doing renovations, it's good to start interviewing different contractors that are local and highly recommended even before you purchase that home, so you know exactly who is going to be there to help you throughout the deal. My second tip is you want to be clear about what you're looking for as a first-time home buyer in terms of price, in terms of square footage, in terms of non-negotiables. Do you want to be walking distance to the beach or have an ocean view? What I like to do with all my first-time buyers and all my buyers in general is we take a sit down and a deep dive, take half an hour to an hour, sometimes even 2 hours to really get clear about what the buyer, what you are really looking for and what's most important to you, so that we can save time and energy and really narrow down our field. This also helps us, look out for off-market opportunities for you as a buyer, where if we hear of something from an agent in our office, or if we're out, sending mailers and someone gives us a call, we want to make sure that you are the first to know if a property that matches your ideal profile hits the market. It's really important to be clear on what you want. My third tip is you want to be prepared to not just write an offer, but to write a winning offer. It's currently July, middle of July here in Santa Barbara, and we've seen an incredible influx in demand from people from the cities, people that were on pause that are now back in place, and just a lack of supply. So a lot of great listings are getting 5, 10, even up to like 15 to 20 offers. So when you're, as a buyer, you need to be ready to either compete and win if you find the perfect property, or just secure it maybe early on in the process. Now what we like to do is, review all the documents with you so you know what you're going to be signing, whether it's electronic or in hand. So the first time you're writing an offer, we can get that out quick and be in position to compete. We also want to make sure you have a buyer cover letter, and we understand exactly where the seller is at, so we can craft an offer that's going to win against multiple offers. Because even as a first-time buyer, if we find the perfect home for you, we want to make sure that you're competing to win and bring home that deal and move into your dream house. My fourth tip on how to be a first-time home buyer but like a pro is to really understand your timeline. Are you in a rental situation where you need to be out by X date? Are you in a month-to-month where maybe you could give the seller some flexibility? Having this idea in mind about when you need to be in your first home, coming to us and working that together really helps us out, because the traditional escrow period, at least here in Santa Barbara, is about 30 days. And then you have to make sure you're all ready to move in, and there's an additional days and additional factors to consider. So when you work together with us and you're clear about your timeline going in, saying, look, I need to be in this new home in 4 months, I need to be in this new home in 2 months, it lets us know that we need to start making offers at this time period, and we need to really either fire up the search, or maybe we can be a little bit more patient and wait. But understanding your timeline is a really important factor to consider. This last tip maybe is something that a lot of people don't consider when purchasing their first home, but it's really important to touch on, and I always like to touch on this in my consultation process as well. It's, what are your goals with purchasing this first home? Is this home going to be somewhere that you're in for maybe 5 to 10 years? Is it going to be a home that you buy initially and then move out and upsize and maybe keep this as a rental? What are your financial goals, and what's the strategy here? How can we not just make this a great first home? Is it going to be your first and only home, and it's going to be the one? We want to consider all the different options you have and help you build long-term financial success through real estate. We've helped so many clients buy their first home, move out, buy another home, move out, and continue to rise while they hold on to these investment properties. And it's important to think about how you can use this as a strategic play, because those first couple homes that you purchase, maybe someday that could be basically your retirement plan. So we want to walk that through with you as well when we do these consultation approaches, and make sure that we have a well-rounded idea of what this first home is going to mean to you in the big picture. So guys, to wrap things up, those were my 5 tips on how you can be a first-time home buyer but buy like a real pro. You know, it's definitely scary in a market like ours where the prices are very expensive to make that first move, to step up and buy your first property. But me and the team here, we love working with first time buyers, and we love helping you out every step of the way. And you know, getting in is the hard part, but once you're in, it's so rewarding to have a place to call your own, you know, not have to be throwing away that money on rent every month. So if you have questions about the buying process, if you have questions about anything Santa Barbara real estate related, we're here to answer. And as always, guys, make it a great day. Avi Becker signing off. See you next time.